Taking a look at what that means at the top of the table. Aston Villa, of course, dropping points today. They had the chance to move up to second. So Arsenal, as it stands, are 9 clear of City. City, of course, travel to Anfield on Sunday. Don, I heard your dulcet tones on this game as I was watching. Arsenal, really good.
Do you know what? I thought it was a really good game of football. I enjoyed it. I thought Sunderland went there and they went man for man and they got in their faces and tried to stop them playing. I thought Brobby led the run really well for them. I thought Trossard was easily the best player on the pitch. The first goal, high-level football IQ, the way he sucked 2 Sunderland players over towards him. Then the Zubimendi finished. Then in the end, the scoreline flattered Arsenal a little bit. I thought 3 was a tad harsh. But I think you nailed it in your assessment there, Dan. They were professional. They got the job done. They played football when they earned the right to play. They go 9 clear. 90-10 in their favour. I stand by it. And it was a fixture in a game where, if you remember at the Stadium of Light, Sunderland beat them up a little bit and it was a 2-2 draw and Sunderland were quite aggressive. They tried the same tactics today. Arsenal were just too good. What
was striking as well, obviously, no Saka in this game. No headline, no stress, no problem, compared to where we were this time last year where he got injured and we thought, what are Arsenal going to do?
Yeah. This was such an Arsenal performance, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they gave nothing away. Brobby tried to fight with the 2 centre-backs and came off second best. It wasn't exactly scintillating soccer, was it? But they won 3-0. I mean, it was just an Arsenal performance. That's what it is.
It most certainly was. Don, you look at this and I suppose the question that comes out of it is who is the best player to play up front for Arsenal, given that he's got 3 options in theory now. Havertz playing in midfield today, Jesus, Gyökeres, or indeed the German?
I think it's the German. I think it's Kai Havertz. I think it's one of them, you know. I think we sometimes get a little bit bogged down with best 11s. I don't honestly think Mikel Arteta thinks he's got a best 11. The players that come on, they've got 2 players for every position. They're strong. You know, you look at the forward line, it might be a case of you play Jesus at Leeds where it's a little bit, you know, or Gyökeres where you might need a physical centre forward or you might need movement off Jesus. If you're playing against a low block, you might want Havertz because technically he's very good. As you saw today, in the first couple of minutes, he had a chance in the air, which he should have done better of. But I honestly think Mikel Arteta can just look at the opposition, not so much look at his personnel and think, right, who's my best player? It's who's best to play against the opposition, and 3 fantastic choices.
Go on, Shane.
I'm agreeing with it, that it could be any of the 3. I think right now, maybe Havertz is the first choice, but Don kind of mentioned the first game at the Stadium of Light, how physical Sunderland were. You saw that again for large players this one. And as a result, I wonder if that was the thinking behind dropping Havertz back into midfield. Just to give that physicality alongside Zubimendi and then leave Gabriel Jesus to kind of run in between centre-backs as he could. On another day when it isn't as physical a team, maybe you play Havertz up front and you change your midfield up accordingly. It really is a good options for Arteta to have in terms of how you change not just your front line, but how maybe you bolster the physicality of the midfield as need be. But right now, Stevie kind of jokingly suggested, I think Gyökeres is going to come off the bench more times than not.
I've got a question though.
Go on, Stevie.
Do you want 3 players that, on the face of it and on paper, well, if we're playing against this team, we can play him, and if we're playing against them, we can play... So that all sounds really positive. But the fact is that the reason they bought Gyökeres is because they didn't trust Havertz. They didn't trust Jesus. But now we're talking in terms of how it's great that you've got 3 centre-forwards. But the truth is, you don't know who your best centre-forward is, and that's not good. I don't think that's a good thing. If
we were having this discussion at the end of August, I think that is a point that you think of longer term. But end of January into February with a 9-point lead as it stands right now, it's a luxury that Arteta can afford. It's not ideal because Gyökeres hasn't been...
because you don't have a centre-forward.
Because Gyökeres just simply hasn't been good.
But
you have a 9-point lead.
You're 9 points at the top of the table. It doesn't matter.
I'm not being... Well, I guess I'm being critical. I'm just saying, though, that, you know, sometimes you've got to... Sometimes we can make something into what it maybe isn't. Because at the end of the day, you can't argue that he bought Gyökeres because he didn't want the other 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So hey, I'm just saying. I think as a coach, I would prefer to have My number 9, I know who it is. I can trust him, and he's going to get
But
the goals.
Don
We don't have that.
Don made the point that it's too much fuss about your first choice 11. It's about the squad and it's about the team.
Dan, it's a personal opinion. If I'm the coach, I would rather have my centre forward and 2 others who, if I need, I can either give the guy a rest, or if he gets injured, I can bring them in.
When you're 9 points clear at the top of the
Wait,
table.
that's the important thing.
I'm just making a point.
You haven't dropped a point in the Champions League. You're doing quite well.
I'm just making a point.
I don't know why you got to find a negative in all of
I'm
this.
just making a point.
You just hear
Weren't they both injured?
If you want to go the negative way, then you got 3
Weren't they
centre
both
forwards.
injured
You
when they
don't
bought
want.
Gyökeres?
How about that? Yeah, take that one.
I wasn't realistic.
All right.
I was just getting aggressive in my ear. But both Havertz and Jesus were injured, weren't they? So it forced the hand that Gyökeres had to play every game.
What's he talking to me for?
Well, because I'm just lifting on the point that Don
Well, you
made.
trying to make a... You make a...
Well, because when you were shouting, Don was making a valid point.
Sorry, Don.
No, that's all right.
Sorry, Don.
And let's go to Molyneux.
I mean, only Stevie. Sorry, Dan. Only Stevie can find a negative, and Arsenal being 9 points clear.
I know, it's incredible.
Just covering all bases, Don. Covering all bases.
In the end, though, it finishes Wolves 1, Chelsea.
I enjoyed that.
Chelsea 3. Oh, man. And Chelsea went there, did the job. But if you're a Wolves fan, you've got to be so frustrated. We talked about the first penalty. The second one, Don, like, what's he doing?
I've got nothing for you, Dan. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, Stevie posed the question there, which one is worse? I mean, where do you leave the referee? What do you want the referee to do? It's a nailed-on pen. So if you're the Wolves players, even when you come in at half-time or full-time, I probably wouldn't even have a word with Mosquera because it's just ridiculous. But I'd say to Matt Doherty, I'd say, what are you doing? Because you started it all. What are you doing giving a silly penalty away? I mean, there's no wonder they're going down. I mean, they've gone. I mean, it's crazy when you watch it.
As a coach, what are you saying to Mosquera, Stevie, if anything? Is that
Nothing.
just...
Well, the guy, you got to find somebody else.
That's it.
That's-
As simple
that-
as
that-
You've
that
turned the page on him. He's
That's
done.
panic.
Right.
Somebody does that, they don't see the picture, they're not sure what to do, they panic, and he shoves them. You don't need somebody playing in your back line doing that. You got to move them on. It's simple as that.
Wait, breaking news. This isn't true, is it, Don? You don't think the goalkeeper kick is a penalty?
No, I think it's a bit playful. It's not like he stunned him, he really booted him. I think it's a little bit playful.
I think I saw Joel Pedro laughing as he was lying on the floor. He's a bit playful.
You have just earned yourself an honorary membership to the Goalkeepers Union, Don. Let's just high kick everybody.
Explain your interpretation of playful, Don.
Hold on, Don.
Well,
Don,
I think...
Don, let me ask you a question. Do you take your boys out the back door and play football with them? And then give them one of them?
Yeah. Play on.
Mrs. Don is saying, what are you doing? We're just being playful.
The window. Stop.
It's got to endanger an opponent. It's not really causing João Pedro any harm, is it? A tap on the fingers.
But Don, anywhere else on the pitch, that's surely a free kick if a player does that.
Well, you've got a point. I hate that phrase.
It's out the goalkeeping union. It's all gone.
Union facts again.
I'm trying not to lose my Goalkeepers Union membership here. To Don's point, you do the things Don's are saying. It's not just a penalty, it's a red card.
Right, because...
Right? If you, with any force and leg, that's not just a penalty, it's a red card. This is a penalty. I don't, as much as I quite support Don's thinking,
Yep.
I'm not sure it necessarily holds.
Meanwhile, for Rafinha, obviously, great to have Cole Palmer scoring the goals and backing the goals again.
Yeah, you want your top men to be scoring goals and feeling good and confident and wanting the ball and doing great things. So, I mean, it's an absolute dream for the manager to have Cole Palmer doing this in this game. Absolutely.
And a nice game, obviously, to bounce back after what happened midweek, Don.
Yeah, I listened to Leon Rafinha off the back of the Napoli game and off the back of the West Ham game, and he felt as though with a short turnaround after the game in Naples that he had to rest about 4 or 5 players for the West Ham game, and it backfired the first 45 minutes, and they got pumped off West Ham, and then he brought his top men on, and they won the game 3-2. Then I listened to his interview afterwards. He said, "Listen, I thought I'd done the right thing, and in hindsight, it he was right to do it off the back of the Napoli game going into a West Ham game, but he just felt as though probably the drop-off from the calibre of the first-team players to the players that he picked last week wasn't as good. So no surprise today. I think he made 4 or 5 changes and picked his best side.